Welcome to the Savvy Shopkeeper Retail Podcast. I'm your host, Kathy Cruz. Just like you, I'm an independent retail business owner. I love the home decor and gift boutique I co-own with my sister, but I don't want it to consume me or my life. Join me each week as I share lessons learned, helpful tips, and valuable information for your retail business and life. Whether you're buying your products or making your products, whether you're a $25K business or a $2.5 million business, I'm on a mission to help indie retailers work less, profit more, and grow. Let's get started on today's episode. Welcome to episode 165 of the Savvy Shopkeeper Retail Podcast, Square versus Shopify for brick-and-mortar stores. I'm your host, Kathy Cruz. It's been a while since I've given a shout out to a listener who rated and reviewed this podcast, but it's time for me to start saying thank you again. So recently, Alex of Island Life, she has an artisan gift shop in Bainbridge, Washington. She's also a brand new Master Shopkeepers member. She left me a 5-star rating and review, and she titled it Binge-Worthy and Packed with Useful Information. Alex said that her shop is less than 2 years old, and I'm just going to continue by sharing what she said. It's been doing great, but found myself ready to level up the business and learn more. I've been binging this podcast for weeks now after stumbling upon it during a search for retail podcasts. I can't get enough. Kathy's knowledge is deep, and she has a great way of making everything she shares easy to digest in a concise, approachable manner. The information in this podcast will help you in your retail business if you implement any of it. We'll link Alex's Instagram in the show notes so you can follow her. We'll also link her website too. Thank you, Alex. I really appreciate the review and your kind words, and I'm so glad you joined us in Master Shopkeepers. So let's get started with this episode. In December of 2020, I published episode 53 titled, Is Shopify Right for Your Retail Business? Now, that's over 2 years ago, and I realized I haven't published any other episodes on such a big decision that indie retailers make. A point-of-sale system and an e-commerce website is probably the most or one of the most important systems in a retail business. I would probably put bookkeeping up there at the top too. So today I'm here to help, whether you're an aspiring shopkeeper or savvy starter and you're looking to choose a system, or maybe you're in a later stage of shopkeeping, but you want to add a website with e-commerce to your business, or if you're ready to make a switch and you've had a store for years, this episode will be helpful to you, or at least I hope it will. And that leads to my intention for this episode. It's to help brick-and-mortar store owners who are considering Square or Shopify make a decision between the two systems. It seems to be consistent for retail store owners that I know of, and that would be group members in Master Shopkeepers, one-on-one clients that I have worked with or work with now, podcast listeners, store owners who book my programs or attend my in-person events. Amongst that group, most of them either use Square or Shopify. Now, I have to say there are some who also use Lightspeed and Clover and other systems, and then there are vendor and consignment store owners in Master Shopkeepers who use a variety of other systems too. So Square and Shopify aren't the only players. They're just the ones that are most commonly used. And I have to say, Square people seem to be really loyal, and Shopify people seem to be really loyal. Some swear by Square for everything, and others swear by Shopify for everything. This episode is brought to you by Master Shopkeepers, my mastermind group for brick-and-mortar retail store owners. If you're craving support, connection, inspiration, and motivation for your retail business, apply to join us. It doesn't matter what stage of shopkeeping you're in. What matters is your drive to work less, profit more, and grow, both personally and professionally. Learn more at savvyshopkeeper.com/group membership. That's savvyshopkeeper.com/group membership, all one word. I'm not here to tell you which platform is best for you and your business. There are just too many nuances in both your business and each of the systems that I'm talking about today. It's just too hard for me to really say which one is best for you. And if I'm completely honest, there is no perfect system. No matter which path is taken, we all seem to have wants or needs that aren't addressed in the system that we end up choosing. So get past trying to find the perfect system for your business. You might find that you have to implement some workarounds or pay for apps to get what you want, maybe upgrade to some additional features in Square. I should say that apps apply to Shopify and upgrades usually apply to Square. Same difference. But really, you might have to just find a way to make the system work for you. I will say overall, most people are generally happy with the system. It's just not always the perfect system. However, I can help you with the decision process by providing you with information on some of the basic differences between the two and why an indie retailer might head in one direction over another. I've learned enough about both systems to know that I can definitely help here. So I created a decision tree to help you. A decision tree is a visual map. It's a diagram of the possible outcomes of a series of related choices, or in its simplest form, a decision tree is a type of flowchart that shows a clear path to a decision. In my Square versus Shopify decision tree, the first question you'll answer is, do you have a brick and mortar store only, or do you have an e-commerce only business? And then you'll take the next step in the decision tree, and that's to answer, if you only have a brick and mortar store at this time, do you plan on launching or adding e-commerce to your business model in the future? The other question would be, if you only have e-commerce at this time, do you plan on opening a brick and mortar store in the future? And then it goes from there. Trust me, it's super easy to understand, and it's all in one PDF, just a one-page PDF document. I will say, getting to the point to make a decision tree that made sense, that was complicated. My brain was on fire. And I had my GoodNotes app open on my iPad. I drew, I erased, I redrew, I added colors, took away colors. I was just trying to come up with a really easy way to help you make that decision. This episode is brought to you by my free resource, 100 plus social media ideas and prompts for retail store owners. It's easy to get into a rut with social media marketing and not know what to post about. Get this 21-page downloadable resource filled with a list of long ideas so you can be inspired to post and market your brick and mortar store. Visit savvyshopkeeper.com/100 ideas. That's the number 100 and the word ideas all together. savvyshopkeeper.com/100 ideas and sign up for my newsletter to get the list. If you get to the point where you have to compare, this is in the decision tree, if you get to the point where you have to compare Square versus Shopify, you'll see a list of features in both systems that a brick and mortar store owner really takes into consideration. Now, this is far from an all-inclusive list. This would be a massive decision tree if I included everything. However, some of the biggest deciding factors for brick and mortar store owners are these 4 categories. Inventory management with reporting. Number 2 is payroll. Number 3 is websiting and e-commerce capabilities. And number 4, physical gift cards. And it's in these 4 categories that lie the biggest differences between Shopify and Square. Kind of crazy, right? Like, those are the 4 things brick and mortar store owners really take into consideration, but that's where they differ the most. So these 4 categories all have red asterisks next to them so that you can easily spot them on the decision tree. And as you go down the list of features, you'll be able to see the difference between each feature in the list. So for example, let me think about what it could be. Payroll is a good example. You can upgrade to a payroll feature in Square, but if you want to have payroll, if you have Shopify, you're going to want to outsource that to someplace else like Gusto. And I'll be sure to have my referral link in the show notes for this. So those are the differences that you will see in this long list. It's a tough decision for independent retailers these days because Shopify is more advanced in websites and e-commerce, while Square's strength lies in their physical point of sale system. Yet many of us retail business owners are heading in a direction that we need both of these, the software and the hardware, to be strengths, not one or the other, right? I mean, can we say omnichannel retail? If you listen to episode 78, you'll hear me explain what omnichannel retail is. Anyhow, it's frustrating, I know. No matter which path you choose, make the most of your system. Don't let it hinder you, your business, or your growth. If you're a Master Shopkeepers member and you're finding a roadblock with your system, like if you're finding, okay, it's not perfect and I need a loyalty system, but I don't know how to do it with the system that I purchased or that I'm using, ask in Master Shopkeepers. You never know what other group member might have had the same need and found a solution for it. So be sure to utilize the group. Remember, you're not alone in this. If you want to see or download the decision tree or get links to any of the other episodes I mentioned, visit the show notes for this episode at savvyshopkeeper.com/episode 165. That's savvyshopkeeper.com/episode 165. When you visit that page on my website, you'll be able to click on a link to get the downloadable decision tree. Again, it's just a one-page PDF. My show notes and the PDF file will have my referral links for both Shopify and Square too. So currently, you can start with a free plan in Square to really just kind of get you started there. And Shopify is currently offering a 3-month promotion for only $1 a month. So you'll pay $1 a month for 3 months to get started there. This is one of the best promotions I've seen Shopify offer. If you found this podcast episode helpful, if you go and download the PDF document with the decision tree, you found that helpful, please share this with a retail business friend, especially a store owner who is looking to make a decision between Square and Shopify. I would greatly appreciate the share. I genuinely hope this helps you with your decision process. I know it would have helped me tremendously when I started on this journey. Until the next episode, be savvy and boss up.